So Shawn, what are the things that we shed? What are the things as we enter this hybrid model that what are those experiences that we try to say, hey, this might not be part of the new world? Like what would be some of those experiences that we could say, how can we flip that? Or
Yeah, I think everything. I think we should shed everything. No, I think ultimately, like the writing's on the wall. Like the world is moving much more into this world that values and favors those that are nimble and flexible and experimental. The idea that our leaders and our managers are the be-all, end-all. They have all the authority around innovation, the top-down approach to innovation. Like all that is gone. Like to me, it's like, how do we embrace innovation from the bottom up? How do we embrace diverse thinkers?
That's amazing. I think we have time for one last question.
Sure.
If there was something you could wish for, the next time you meet with us, let's say, how do you want us to be talking about innovation? What would that look like?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to this idea of denting the outside. I would love to hear about something that you guys experimented with, and then ultimately this became the new way of doing things. Whether it was something manual that you were, your core was a manual way of doing things, and ultimately you were experimenting with a digital way of doing things, and that became the new way. That became the new standard. That became the new status quo. To me, finding small examples of all these different experiments that become the new core, that would be amazing, because that would reinforce this. And to me, it would show that, listen, I know these last number of days have been wonderful. This has been amazing. I'm not going to lie to you. This is like innovation theater, right? This is literally theater. The difference between what I'm doing, which is really fun, which is talking about innovation and the trends and the future and reimagining everything, I mean, it's really fun. The difference between this and what you're going to be going off and doing is actually going off and executing and taking a very small experiment and trying to make it new core. That, to me, would be like my biggest hope.
And so, Shawn, to close, what would you say people should be thinking about from a mindset perspective if we might not have the courage or for a bit afraid, as individuals or as teams to try new things and innovate? What should we leave this conversation with?
Yeah, I think ultimately, if you can't find the courage to try new ways of doing things, I know there are hundreds of people within the city that do, and ask for help. Ask for help from others to help you along the journey. If you don't know how to approach things, find champions within your group, within the city that can help. And that's what I've been. I know you've been chatting over the last 3 days about all the collaboration. Like, to me, that's the beauty. This presentation is really about coming together. The last number of days have been about coming together. So that's what I would just say is go off and ask for help.
Thank you. On this note, Shawn, we're gonna say a big thank you on behalf of everyone. I'm sure if there was an audience, people sitting in front of you, you'd be hearing tons of applause. We probably would be standing and giving you an ovation to thank you for your energy and your wisdom and the heart that you put into your presentation today. So thank you so much on behalf of all of my colleagues at the City of Ottawa. We really appreciated your time with us today.
Well, I'm inspired by all the things that you're doing. Thank you so much for inviting me. And thank you so much. Have a great rest of the day.
Bye, everybody. So now
Bye-bye.
You're going to hop into your next sessions and enjoy the rest of the conference. À bientôt.
Awesome.